It's winter, year one, small town, USA. Hello and welcome to the Stover Farm channel. I'm so glad to have you here with me. I just bought a new straw blower in the, the haste of building my farm, buying things, changing around many of the animal husbandries. I didn't realize one of them required you to actually blow your straw in. You couldn't just drop the square bales in. Wouldn't let you do it. So I've got a coon, just the base game coon. It was like $35,000. It'll be just fine. Ran down to AMD Dyson and picked it up. What the heck are we doing? Well, this is the Small Town series on Small Town USA. And I think I've got the farm to a state that I really am happy with. If you were with us last episode, you know I had some major issues doing husbandries inside of husbandries inside of husbandries. And it turns out it was an error. It's a bug in the game. And I'm going to show you what the heck I was talking about, or why it was doing what it was doing. But first, let's get the old blower in here and just drop it off somewhere. And we'll hop into the construction mode, and I'll show you what the heck was happening. All right, we're in the map editor, the in-game map editor, and you can take a look at this farm. This is Small Town USA. It's a map that's available on my itch.io page. It's out there right now. Go check it out. It is for Mac or PC only, and it is a build-your-own farm-style map, small town, really one farm, big fields. And this particular area where I was building up my animal husbandries, and I didn't want to just put husbandries all over the place, and you have to drive to them on the farm. They're kind of all in one little location, one little square area. And the problem I was having, I had a cow barn here, and that was a much larger pasture area that runs all the way around here. That was one of the husbandries. And then I added pigs, and I put pigs right in here. They did not have any type of pasture, but they went in just fine. And then I had dairy cattle. Dairy cattle were right here. They were doing just fine, showing up, no issues. When I went to go and there's chickens. So there's chickens here as well, right? So tons. What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4. I had 4 husbandries in a very, very small area. And what I did was I laid this husbandry down. I added the in-game custom, pasture area. It's where you go and you mark out with the fencing where you want your I can't speak for some reason today, pastures to be. And then I deleted the fencing because I thought I got away with something. I thought by deleting the fencing, I could add my own fencing. Well, what happens is there's a bug in the game when you delete the fencing from your already installed husbandry. The game loses the ability to show the animals. So the animal visualization goes away. They still show up in your husbandry as being there. They still consume all of the nutrients and the hay, and then they create waste, but they don't show up. So that was very annoying. So I figured that out, and it happened over here where I had some horses as well. I did the exact same thing, and would you know it? The horses poop went away. So I got rid of that. I think I'm going to build, we're going to build a house. We need to build a house. I don't have a house yet. I'm sleeping literally right on the front of the shop right there with a little bench. We need to do that, and I'll probably add horses with the house. So what did I do? Well, I put this cow husbandry in, and I left the base fencing down. So the stock fencing is in place. I did use the in-game custom pastures mod, or the in-game, it's not even a mod, it's just the base game custom pastures, and I have my custom pasture out here and tested it, and animals do show up. So until that gets fixed, don't delete the fences around your already installed husbandries. Or I was told you could leave like one little piece of fence, and maybe that would you get around the error. I don't know. I didn't want to deal with it anymore, so I have kept the base fencing there, and I'm happy with it. It's totally fine. And I have been expanding the roadways on the farm by actually making them arable land. We talked about this last time as well. I've just made it a little more. There's more of them. And I do this because I love the idea of just mud and being able to really get stuck. So I've got my little 4100 compact John Deere and a very small, I think it's a 1 meter tiller with a Create Field mod installed on it, and I can just run back and forth, and I can make these pathways out of variable land. And the benefit of this is you get all of the cool features of a field. So you get rocks that come up, you will get weeds that will come up, and you get, when the weather gets nasty, you get moisture. And if you're using that new realistic weather mod you now have, and I'll hop out and show you, you can see down there on the lower right-hand corner, you have a moisture content. So this particular area is 20% moisture. You get stuck. You make some fairly deep divots, and I think it's just really, really cool. And it's different from just painting mud down on the ground. It really, really is. I highly recommend you give it a shot if you want a little bit more realism. And I didn't like that particular corner right there. It didn't feel right, so I wanted to kind of round it off. And with a really small, attachment like this, you can really make some intricate details and whatnot. Good, very good. Do that, and then we can put this little guy back over here. So on this series, I'm forcing myself to just play the game, not feel as though there has to be some crazy story, fiction or nonfiction associated with it. We're going to let the game control weather. I'm letting the game control really everything, and I'm going to play it. And I'm recording it, and I hope you enjoy it. These are traditionally longer videos, and I know folks can go back and forth on those, but you are always welcome to skip ahead and do whatever you feel like. But I'm going to see how this farm plays out. Like I said, I'm really happy with it. It's the first farm in 25 map that it just feels homey. It feels realistic, and it feels like something that I can play for a while and enjoy. And I don't know about you, but we need more to do in winter. I get that you can have snow, but I can't plant anything right now. If we take a look at the crop schedule, it's going to autosave, and we go in and take a look. We're in January. In February, I can plant cotton. I don't want to deal with cotton. In March, I can do grapes, grass, oats, oilseed radish, and olives. I mean, you really can't start getting into like planting season until April. I only have 6 animals. We need to get more animals, but I'm gonna just go ahead and hop into the next month. We're in January of year 1. Let's just jump to February. Let's sleep. Let's see what happens. This is also going to tell me really how much it costs for me to run my farm in a month with our $5,000 a month subsidy. And so $1,600 to run the farm, plus a little bit of profit. I don't know where that profit is coming from, but we're now in February of year 1. And, so one little click of the button, and we're now 1 month down. Let's go see if my animals have eaten anything or if they need any nutrients. It's still just, it's so dreary outside. You can see all the weeds that have come up. I should probably think about taking care of weeds. It's just boring in the winter. And I actually had a thought about this. I've wondered if there is a way, and modders out there, if you have modding in your brain, is there a way we could make the character, so me, this guy right here, the character in our game, need things like food, nutrients? Could there be a health part to it where you have to feed yourself? You have to get sleep. You could potentially get injured. You could potentially, like, is there a mod? Is there a way to create a mod with the parameters that are based in FarmSim, which are usually like units, where you add units and then units are consumed? So, like, for this animal husbandry right here, we've got cows inside of it. We add straw. I add, you can take a look here. So I've got 17,000 liters of straw. There's food, 21,000 liters of food. And they consume that, and then they produce in a time period based upon their health and maturity. It looks like I might have had some babies, because I thought I only had 6, but I've got 8. But they produce milk and they produce slurry. What could be done to the character? I don't know. Might be an absolute pipe dream, but I think that'd be kind of cool to see if you could, like, require yourself to eat. You could require yourself to, to get sleep. You could potentially get injured on the farm. I don't know. I don't know if it's even possible. I don't even know if there is an XML area for the character. But hey, you can dream, right? So those animals, they need nothing right now. It's February. We jumped ahead. We could go buy more animals, but I'm probably just going to go ahead and jump ahead to March and then consider getting prepped for planting season. We could likely take in some corn. I've got dry corn there. Probably need to feed the chickens. They are going to need to be fed. There's things we can do, but again, it's in the winter in this game, unless you're getting massive snowstorms, which doesn't seem as though I've gotten at all yet in this particular playthrough. Winter's pretty damn boring. Alrighty, March of... Oh, it says year 2. We've jumped into year 2. I don't know how that's possible. How did we go from year 1 to year 2? That has to be a bug. I'm sorry. I guess we started in March, probably. So yeah, now we're into year 2, so that's completely fine. Let's take a truck over there. Why am I walking to places? Or let's take a tractor. What the heck? What are you doing, Stover? Let's jump in the old 8400. New one of these out, by the way, on the in-game mod hub for all platforms. So nice to see more equipment coming out on the in-game mod hub, especially for all platforms. I know the frustration by so many in the console community where you're trying to get realism and you can't. And you've now got a John Deere 8000 series. I just took my fence post out. That's the other thing I really wished for in 25 was damage to property. And we didn't get it. A little foggy, not too bad. But let's mosey down here and see what we've got animal-wise. Chickens absolutely need to go ahead and collect this stuff. Let's see. They got any food? They're probably out of food. No, they have a little food left, but we should probably get them some more. I'm going to leave that tractor running while it warms up. And come down here. See where we're at with these guys. They've still got food, and there's still only 8 of them, but they're staying healthy. Offspring in 7 months. A little bit of milk, not enough to really write home about. They've got straw, and they've got a little bit of slurry, but there's nowhere near enough to even consider putting it out on the fields. Let's... I need to feed the chickens. Absolutely need to feed the chickens. And we need to collect some of this product and get it into town and get it sold. And to do this, we're going to try and do it correctly here. We're going to try. Bear with me. So we need a truck. Where did I put my Ram? It's in here. And yes, if you notice, this is a new building on the farm. I needed the place to put all my fertilizer and my seed. So I got rid of one of the buildings and I added this. I need my gooseneck. Let's go down and get the gooseneck flatbed. And we shall grab the cat skid steer. And I will tell you how much this pains me to have to do this correctly. Usually just turn on a little super strength and easy to pick up. I'll probably not stick with this long because it gets really, really annoying very, very fast. Now let's go in this way. All right, bear with me. Let's do this. It's only 3 pallets. It's not that much. And this 272 D3 cat is Canada modder. It's available on the I found on King's Mods. I believe his name is Canada Farm Simmer. Very very nice, very detailed mod. It is Mac or PC only, but it is out there. Not a ton of skid steer mods yet for the game. You know, I wished for damage to property, but if that ever came out, I think it might bite me in the ass because I end up running into so many things as it is. And I feel like we shouldn't even really grab this pallet because it's only got a couple of cartons on it, but it's fine. We'll grab it. No big deal. You can get a little bit of money out of it. And I've only got a few productions going on this map right now. I've got a greenhouse that's making cherries because we're going to make a little bit of cherry moonshine. In fact, we should probably go over after this and take a look at that and see how many cherries we have. See if we have enough to get out there to Whiskey Creek Road and start a little, you know, little recipe going. We got chickens, and that's it. Really, nothing else other than the other animals, which I do want to go and buy. I'd like to get, you know, full cows, pigs, and then so beef and dairy cattle. Hey, little guy, how are you? I do like the animations of the animals in 25. It's pretty cute. Pretty cute. All right, load that up. Hitting the X key to pull up the ramps, and then we'll go ahead and lock that down. We got 2,119 eggs. I've got a gate over here, but yeah, it's a dual gate. We can get out of this. The fog in this game can be intense sometimes. I mean, to the point where, like, I don't want to play because I can't play. I can't see. And you can see this is maybe a good example of the difference between aerated land and just painted land. So you do get some deformation when you do, like, I've got grass over here, and that's just painted grass. And then I've got grass, so there is a layer of painted texture, and then there's the actual pasture grass on top of it. And yeah, there's a little bit of deformation that goes on there, but when you do your roads, you get significantly more deformation on the mud. So that's why I've done that, and so far, very, very happy. While we're here, let me just leave this running here for a moment. I want to go jump in the 6R real fast. We need to get a little bit of wheat for those chickens because they are, we're going to have to get a different bucket on there. That's fine. But they are a little low, and I'd like for them to not die. I think my bucket is up here. I don't know about you, but I tend to forget where I've put things. Less so in 25 than in 22, because I've only got one farm going right now. But in 22, when I had like multiple farms going, I'd forget where I put everything. Disconnect that. Come over here and grab my bucket. Which, I don't know if I did this very intelligently. Got it in between there? No, I've done this stupidly, Stover. Why did I do that? I don't know. So again, if I had my property damage, I probably would have just pulled down that entire awning. And over here in this this bin, we've got wheat. I wonder how much we have left. Oh, plenty. 97,000 liters. Yeah, plenty, plenty, plenty. And I'm kind of cheating, but I'm just pulling up. Get it right up there, and we can start filling, get some wheat. pull up right to here and just dump it right in. What? I hate when I do that. There we go. It went in there. I missed it. I shanked it. Let's pick this up. Back up. There we go. The dump trigger. I was not hitting it. So they've now got, let's take a look, 2,000 liters. They're fine. They're happy. I've got almost maximum animals are in there, too. They're having offspring in a month. Let's take this load of eggs in, and we'll see. Egg prices right now in the world, or in the United States, skyrocketing. Let's see what they'll be worth in Farm Sim. I know a guy, probably not going to take these to the main farmer's market. I might just take them to the small market there on Main Street. They tend to not get a lot of produce. They're smaller. They just don't do volume. So I'd like to help out some of the smaller folks in town when things get scarce. Yes, that was the turbo squeaking. I know the diesel shouldn't be revving to 6,000 RPMs, but this is the Dodge Ram 5500, and I've got it set up so that it's in automatic only mode, like you can't manually shift it, and it's kind of cool. When you do it that way, at least the way I've had experience with it, you get that blow-off valve sound, which is really, really cool. Kind of makes you chuckle. All right, here's what I was talking about. I come here to the general store, and they've got a small produce stand out front that I like to support. Right across from OK Used Cars. Let's see if we get any from it. I should probably do it. Yeah, $4,000. That took care of our operating costs. Not terrible. Not great, not terrible. You'll notice Dollar General, man, they've had this sign up for a long time, coming soon. I don't know if it's ever going to come. It's been that way for quite some time. I could be lazy and just leave the skid steer on the back, but I'll take it off. Won't be needing those for a while. These we may be needing sooner than later. You can see I've got some goodies in here. A couple of refillable USBC tanks, some of this. And if I run over here, you can see my cherries that are... In fact, let's take a look. We might have enough produce. Yeah, I think we do. Oh, yeah, we've got... what are we missing? We're missing probably seeds. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4,000 liters of cherries. We could make some moonshine, folks. I think we could. A little later in the day, and I was talking with Meg, and she says we think about animals. So I put a call in, and I'm going to run up, and I think I'm going to get some... I don't have a huge trailer, but I'm going to get some more dairy cattle. And I'm potentially going to talk about getting some Angus beef in as well. I don't know what delivery costs are right now. I don't have a trailer to do this, so probably going to have things delivered, which is okay. But let's go ahead and attach our what we've got, and you'll see what I'm talking about when I get over here. It's not great. It's the Exige EXISS exists. I don't think you can hold more than... Maybe I can get 12 in here. We'll see. Let's hook up, and let's head over and get some cows. Here at Henderson's, over on the far end of the map, you can see that, you know, even on a base map, I think this is a standard 2X map, pretty decent way to go, especially if you set your roads up correctly. And the old Chevrolet or the GMC, she's not the fastest thing in the world. Going to be really slow when I get animals in here, but this is where we got to pull. So we got some instructions here. Pull a pad, call Bill if needed. That's Bill Henderson. He's a good guy. Get the sales slip, and then we'll head back home. I'm going to see how many I can get. I don't want to get babies. I want to get some mature dairy cattle. So I want to start producing more milk, and we just have not been getting a ton of milk. So let's open the animal dialogue here and see what we can get. So I can fit in this trailer 27 cattle. That's fine. I mean, I guess we'll just buy 27. So it's $31,000. Fine with me. We got it. Back. We are now full. And now we start to drive back home. Yeah, the old GMC. She's huffing a little bit right now. Ooh. And that was quite a slow drive home. This is a '93 GMC K3500. It's got the 7.4 V8 in it, big block, Chevy big block, only like 220 horsepower, you know, probably high 300 torque, but it's got a TH400 3-speed automatic in it. It's got a 411 gear, lockers in the rear, but boy, she just doesn't have the go power But hey, we're a small farm. We don't have we got money, but we don't have a ton of money to buy buying like $100,000 trucks. So we're going to do with what we've got. And we'll pull her up here, and I think once I get back right to about here, I should be able to open the animal dialogue. I might have gone a little too far. We pull forward. There we go. Where is it? I want to be able to open animal. Do I have to unfat? No. Unfold livestock trailer. Do I have to do that first? Oh, I did not know you could open that. Okay. So, but it still didn't give me the option to load the animals to the husbandry. So let's see. Look at that rut. My word. Again, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. You just get these massive ruts with added weight. So there's more weight in this trailer. Moisture's to 11.93, but down here I don't know why we're making more ruts down here than we were up top. May get stuck. Okay, there we go. Open animal dialogue. Choose that. Move those to husbandry. Move to husbandry. Okay. Very good. We'll close that up. And now let's make sure they're all in there. And I now have 35 animals. Is that right? Yeah. I got 27. I had 8. Okay. Very good. Now we just, I guess, keep adding to it. I did talk to Bill, and he said because we're going to be buying so many, he'd run some out for me. Give me a pretty decent discount on delivery fees, or I could borrow his trailer and just come do it myself, because I really would like to start getting some animals in here. I've got nothing in here. And Meg wants pigs. Meg also, she asked me, so she would like to have me, I'll hop into the map here and show you. We're right here on the main farm. Yeah, I know. 30, this area right here was our grass pasture. Maybe I can show you better in the build menu. Right over here. She wants me to plant, or not plant, but create some small fields in here. Very small, because she wants to experiment with some crops. And I think it's actually a good idea. You know, just talking about the game in general. I had corn here and I had wheat here. I don't own these fields yet over here. These are the really big fields. That's owned by the dealership. I've got this over here. And I've got this area right here, which is typically corn. But that's it. Like, I don't have any other items planted, so I thought it might be kind of fun to cut up some area in here. I don't know, just experiment with some other types of crops to put in here. I'm still going to need grass, but I thought it was actually a pretty good idea. Again, my wish for property destruction would have just taken out the gate again. All right, and we'll leave that right there. Let's run over. I'm kind of curious. I'm looking at how much money we do have. Let's take the 4110 just to have some mode of transportation. So that's the thing about this game. We don't always spend our money wisely. I can get 362 animals in here. But if I were to purchase 362 animals, and I would want Angus, and I'd probably want a combination of old and young. Like if we just did 250, that'd be $600,000. That would be not a wise investment at this time because I would need some more money. But if we did, I don't know, if we took this down to 100. Kind of went the wrong way on it. I should have gone the other way. We're looking at probably closer to $300,000. Less than $300,000. $250,000 maybe. With the fees. Yeah, we're looking at about $242,000. I bet the corn crop that I have could probably pay for this. So let's go ahead and make this investment right now. Let's drop this down to 75. Because again, I don't want to have to be getting any loans. Let's drop this down to 75. Let's go ahead and buy those. Yes. And then let's do this 25. I'm not going to get any young calves yet. We'll just let those happen on their own. So that's 26,000 by yes. So there we go. And now look, it worked. See, I've got my animals out in the field. I love it. Let's take a look, see how far out they go. Yeah, they're out there. That is so cool on this game. And can you imagine how awesome it's going to be when I have corn out here and we are harvesting corn. You've got animals. A little glitch on that guy, but that's okay. That makes me very, very, very happy that's... What the heck are you guys doing? No, 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 sirs. Why are you up in the air like that? Oh, are you... What the hell? This game. Why would they be up like... There's nothing over here that would... There's nothing over here. I don't know. This is all base. I didn't change the fencing. I just literally put this husbandry in. I don't know. We'll save and see what happens. Let's see, though. So let's run back over. Let's take a load of corn in. So we spent close to, what was that? 250, 260,000. I'm stuck. Come on, get up. Come on, come on. Get out of there. I guess I can go over here. Or not. Can you not go in there? Let's run over. Let's take a load of corn in and see exactly what we can get with current prices, and then we can just do a little bit of math and determine, you know, if that was a wise decision. We obviously have to feed them, and I don't know if I'm prepared to get them. And obviously they have their pasture grass. I can feed them silage. I do have hay bales. Not likely going to feed them TMR. I'll feed the dairy cattle TMR, but the pasture cattle, they can eat what's out there. They'll be fine. Let's take a load in. Let's see how much money we can get off. We're stuck inside this little shack right there. We're stuck inside of it. Here we go. Let's pull up. Jump out. Hop in the old Pete. And fire it up, let it warm up a little bit. And let's fill this up and see what we can get. So we've got 110,000 liters of dried corn. Let's fill this up. There we go. Now, we're going to have to take this over to the farmer's market. I don't believe the co-op is set up right now. I don't think they're accepting dried corn. So we'll just head over to the main farmer's market. We'll see what the heck we can get out of one full load. We had 97,000 liters. That's, I've got about another truckload left. We're going to take this corner a little hot. It's heavy, very, very heavy. Pulling hard. And we're not that far away. We've just got to turn left on Main Street here. And then left on Elm, and we'll be there. Got to go slow through town. Tom Benelli will get you if you're not careful. About 25 to 30 is the max you want to go through here. See if I can not do any property destruction this time. Nope, I definitely destroyed the stop sign. You can also see that my striping of grass didn't go so well for winter time. I don't know what this is. What is up with this in the game? So this is grass. I think this is the argument everyone currently has. This is grass. This is actual planted grass, and this is pasture grass. And in previous farm sims, pasture grass and planted grass, they did change color in the winters. But in 25 and I think in 22, like, planted grass did not. It stayed green. So I had these beautiful lines going during the summer months. It looked really good, actually. But now in the winter, it looks kind of cartoonish. I don't know. We'll see if April will be here before you know. We can start cutting grass. Maybe grass will start turning green again. And all we got to do here is we just pull in, and they will accept our dry corn. And this is a dry corn mod that's out there. Many will be out there soon. They're currently on, found them on Itch. I found them on Kings. They're out there. They're Mac and PC only. I'm sure there will be one for all platforms at some point. Let's see what we get. So this is hopper number 1 going in. $30,000. So we're likely going to get, what, 60 out of that? So we're going to get about half of our, maybe a little over half of the cost of those animals recouped in just harvest of corn from last year. So that's not terrible. I'm pretty happy with that. And we now have, you know, 100 plus head of beef cattle. We now have more dairy cattle. We're getting there. We just don't want to be... you know, we don't want to spend our money unwisely. It's so easy to just go in and add some money with the, more property destruction. I don't know how much money. Talk about wasting money. I would be losing so much just through property damage alone. But what was I saying? Yeah, so easy to just go into the console controls and add money. I don't want to do that. I'm trying to play the game for real. That stop sign is DOA. That's probably, I'd probably get charged a couple $1,000s for that because I'm running over it, probably puncturing holes in my tires. So there you go. We're into year 2 on Small Town USA. It's March. We've got more animals. We've sold some corn, and we've talked about kind of a development plan for adding some more crops. And we've got to build my house. We've got to consider that, and that's going to cost some decent money, probably to the point of needing a loan. So maybe next time we'll start staking out where my house is going to go. But until then, thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a great week. And we'll see you next time right here on the farm with Stovers.